What's up? How you doing, Christopher?
Good.
I had to turn the mic on.
Yeah, you know me. I always forget.
I see you have an intern back there with you.
I do.
What's your name, little man?
My name is Kale.
Kale, where do you go to school?
Open Bible Christian School.
Open Bible Christian School. Do you like sports there, Kale?
Yes, sir.
You do? What kind of sports do you like?
Football, basketball, and baseball.
I heard you. The little birdie told me you actually scoot up just a little bit. You're not right there, right there. Little birdie told me that you've been going to the Jaguar games.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Do you get good seats, or does your mama say no? We gotta sit way up in the rafters.
They're called panoramic seats.
Say yes. He say whatever.
They're called
And
panoramic.
his mom is right here, who is one of our new co-hosts. Everybody, this is Dana. Tell us a little about yourself, Dana.
Well, my name is Dana. That's pretty much it.
Really?
Yep.
My name's Dana. That's it. I'm Dana.
That's it.
I'm
Dana.
And-
I juggle for
You juggle what? Jobs?
jobs. You know.
Whatever she can, and she's gonna juggle. She's gonna juggle some football topics with us here. We're gonna go over high school. And by the way, I didn't tell her I was gonna do this, but Erica, step up here just a minute.
Oh, man.
You're gonna have to lean
Come
right
on,
across
do
the table right here. This is Erica. This is our photographer. For those of you that don't know, she.
Oh, you can't see me.
There, now you can.
You could do the Madonna and slide across.
Yeah, just slide across the table there.
Yeah.
Woo, there you go. And so Erica is our photographer. If nobody's met her because she hasn't come on, but what we have decided to do, and Erica's agreed, and Dana's agreed, being that Dana knows a little about enough to get her in trouble with sports.
Enough to get me in trouble.
Erica works at a sporting agency around here. We won't say where, a sports agency, and so she said that she would come in here, her and Dana do a show. Also, her and Mama T and Dana. And we've got some coaches wise that said they would come in on the show. So we're going to have an all-female show, maybe once, maybe twice, which I think would be pretty cool. What do you ladies think?
Heck yeah.
So you don't ask me any stats or questions.
Oh no,
She
Erica,
doesn't know
we're
what the
totally
Google,
gonna do that.
She doesn't know what the Google box is, do you?
I have no idea.
Google box is Google on your phone?
Oh, okay.
She's like, yeah, I guess I did.
I loathe football, just FYI.
You loathe it?
I
Why?
loathe it.
Why?
Probably due to my ex-husband.
Oh. It's her ex.
Well,
And ex
moving
is
on.
always. Boom, you brought that down real quick. I don't know about she said she was going to do a show with you. You're going to bring your ex-husbands up every 10
Nope,
minutes?
we're gonna bounce out with nothing but like jokes and laughs and some football and keep it going.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. We have had some football here in the South. And how am I going to put this? I predicted what was going to happen. A lot of people, I got some hate mail on it, but it was true. So South Georgia is represented. We're going to go over this, but South Georgia is represented, but not in 7A this year. They're represented in some of the other categories, which, tells me that North Georgia is just better than South Georgia this year in 7A.
Well, I'm from North Georgia, so I'm gonna say maybe so.
Oh, well, yeah, she just put a stifle in that, didn't she? Which is good, and you know what? It's when it comes down, I think it's a year-to-year basis type thing. I think what it boils down to is who's better that year, and right now the North is proving to be better. So let's start this. We're going to go over 1A class right now, and we're going to do kind of the South Georgia thing. So we're going to go over Irwin County and Brooks County. Both of them won this week, right?
They did.
So if I'm not mistaken, Irwin won 28-15.
They did.
What was the score breakdown on that?
Well, Urban was actually doing really well in the second quarter. They had 14-0. Well, it was actually first quarter was 7-7. Then it was like 14-0.
Right.
They were doing really well. And then quarter 3 was nobody scored.
Right.
Which was good. And then quarter 4 was 7-18. Oh, I can't read.
7-8. Hold on here. You want these?
I do need those.
No,
Those
you
look
don't.
pretty strong. But yeah, the final was 28-15.
Right. And so what happened was that throughout the game, it just looks like, from the statistics, it looks like Irwin County just kind of kept the pressure on all the way throughout the game. They tried to make a comeback in Macon County, tried to make a comeback, but it just didn't happen. Irwin was just too strong for them. So we've got Irwin's going to advance on, and they're going to play actual Wilcox County And then we have Brooks County. Now, Brooks is one of our favorite because Brooks County turned from what everybody's saying, we don't know the exact things on it, but what we're looking at is Brooks County, their coach turned down the Valdosta job from what we hear. Again, that's just rumor still to this day after the season. And he's proven why he wanted to stay in Brooks County because he has a real strong team.
I mean,
there.
they dominated it. Look, 51-30.
51-30. I mean, and in the playoffs, that tells you don't have a lot of defense, but you have a lot of offense. And when you have a lot of offense, defense just has to hold once or twice. So that was a really good game. So Brooks County is now meeting to play Metters. They're playing on the 20. One's playing the 29th, and one is playing the 30th. So that should be pretty good. So let's go over to 2A. So we have two from the 2A that are going to be representing in the Final Four. So look, we're a 50-50 split, 2 north, 2 south. You got Swainsboro, which some people would say it's up around Statesboro, so it's kind of halfway. And then you've got Callaway. Have no clue where they're at. So you've got Thomasville and Fitzgerald. Thomasville actually played a whole lot better ball against Rabun County, but the score doesn't really show it. What was
Better than 49-24.
Yeah, because the defense really did. I mean, these teams are allowing a lot of points. The defense doesn't appear to be playing much, to be honest with you.
I mean, 49-24 is
But
pretty phenomenal.
But look at the Fitzgerald. What's the Fitzgerald score?
I don't know. I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, I thought you had the other one. Right there it is.
Where? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay.
She has it in front of her now.
Oh, I do have it. 21. Okay, well.
So see, there's 21-7. So there's defense played in the ball game. So what happened is Fitzgerald's defense actually held them enough so they could win the ball game. So you're looking at Fitzgerald 21 and then Putnam County 7. So I mean, and that game really, the fourth quarter, it came to Fitzgerald came back in the fourth quarter with 20. How many points?
21.
So yeah. So I mean, and it ended up 21-7. So they scored all their points in the fourth quarter. So all right, let's go on to 3A. So you have Pierce County is the only one out of 4 teams. Pierce County is the only South Georgia, and they're actually more up towards the north a little bit. Mid, I want to say north, but Pierce, Atkins County, and all that over there. So they're kind of mid Ware County area. And, Peach County actually gave them a run for the money.
Yeah, it was a pretty tight game. First quarter was 14-0, but then Peach County came back at 17 points in the second quarter to 7. And then third quarter they kind of lost it again, 0-14. But they came back again in the fourth quarter and really, really tried with 13-0 with the final score of 30-35.
So you look at what happened is Peach County turns around and they hold them in the fourth quarter. Don't let them score anything. And they scored 13 points. They just let them get out ahead too much to begin with. So
but kudos to those guys for doing a good job.
Oh yeah, for coming back and getting back into it. Yeah, for sure. All right, so now in 4A, I talk about Benedictine. Benedictine's in Savannah. Everybody says Savannah's what? Part of the South. How far is Savannah from here?
Couple of hours.
Couple of hours, and we're in the South. So yeah, it's South, but the question is, how south do you consider south? So I threw Benedictine in there, giving a bone to the southern people. And then you have Bainbridge. So you've got Bainbridge and Benedictine, but Bainbridge lost to Oconee, North Oconee.
But it was a tight game too. I mean, 29-24.
Right. But they lost it in the third quarter?
Well,
yeah, because they only scored, They only scored.
They were trying really hard, though. Look, I mean, they were.
You know what they say?
I don't know.
She's one of those that say they tried really hard, so they deserve a point.
No, I didn't say that. I just said they tried really hard. Look at that, though. I mean, they consistently were scoring every quarter. They just kind of fell short.
Well, 15-7 in the first quarter,
Yeah.
0-7 in the second quarter, 7-3 in the third quarter,
And then 7-7.
and so they stay consistent. But the problem is, and that's what a lot of these teams don't do, is they don't start out with a good punch, and they got behind. They got behind really quick, and that was part of the problem.
Well, they try to recover, I'm sure, but
Yep. So we've got Benedictines is going to be in there, so we consider that part of South. 5A. There are no 5A. There are no 5A teams in South Georgia. You got Creekside, Warner Robins. Can you consider Warner Robins part of the South?
it's
No,
more central, isn't it?
It's more central because everybody thinks Atlanta is South. And those of us that live in Georgia, we said this on the show last week, that it's not. What's happening is Atlanta is more of a northern city compared to what we talk about. So, and then you got Blessed Trinity and Calhoun. So, and then in 6A, we have Buford, which some say is South, some say is not. So I say those are mostly northern teams. So there's nobody in the north from there. And then you got the Lowndes County and Norcross, and then Collins Hill, Lowndes County. I don't want to say Norcross, but Lowndes County and Collins Hill that played this week. Lowndes County kids, I'm going to tell you, all year long they've been great, and they've been able to hold their own. So I'm very impressed with some of the things that they've actually done, and the Lowndes County boys have actually come in and been able to make more of what their season was, because when the season first started, their offense of line probably could not have. I would not have bet for them to make it to the second round, and they did. And so their offensive line was definitely able to key up on that. So what did we have from Lowndes and Norcross? Now they're not Lowndes and Norcross, Lowndes and Collins Hill.
Well, the tough game here. 49-7 was a total, but first quarter was 7-14. So they were trying really hard. Second quarter, they kind of lost. It was 14-0. Third quarter is really where they all fell apart. 21-0. That was really tough. They couldn't make it back up in the fourth quarter. They tried, and they got 0-7. So they tried, but with a score of 49-7.
So what that tells you is their offense, Collins Hill's offense, was able to completely shut down Lowndes County. And that's what I said last week on the show was Collins Hill, if their defense could shut two people down at Lowndes County, which they did, Lowndes County was going to have a rough time with it, and they sure did. So it was one of those. It's one of those things that if Collins Hill, if Lowndes could have scored on their defense, okay, but Lowndes' defense didn't hold up either because they gave up 49 points. So, what are we looking like as far as time, Chris?
We're about 13, 14.
Okay, I tell you what, let's do this. Let's go ahead and take a break, and then what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll circle back in just a second, and we'll talk some more Lowndes Collins Hill.
Need a website for your business? Let Shadowfox Design help. We will design and build your website so you have more time for your business. We will help with all your online needs so you have more time for your customers. Learn more and get started now by going to Research Less and Relax More with eTravel Anytime. Let us help you decide which Sandals destination is best for your romantic getaway, or help you choose the family resort that is best for your vacation. We can also help you decide which cruise is best for you and your family. Tell us your preferences and we can narrow down your choices. Contact us today so we can help you plan your next vacation. Call 229-300-3691.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Well, that was really fast.
Yeah, we are.
It always is.
Yeah,
See, when you're
it's
sitting on
always
this
fast.
side of the camera, I mean, on the radio, you're just like, yeah, whatever. But then you sit in front of the camera, you're like,
Well,
is
radio.
Is it different? Is it
Yes,
different?
because radio you don't see me, and I like
Right.
to be undercover and
I'm not touching that one.
I like
Not touching that one.
I'd prefer
Leaving that one alone.
not to be seen, maybe
Nah.
not even heard sometimes.
Sometimes I believe that right now. So guess what? I took Chris to lunch today. You didn't come down here, so you didn't get to go with
You
us.
didn't even offer lunch.
Because
It was awesome.
Because you didn't come down here.
But
You have your mic on this time?
Yeah, I actually do have.
I didn't
my
know
mic
lunch
on
was
this
even an
time.
offer. I mean, I didn't even get an invite. Not even a, hey, was I supposed to be here?
Huh? I'm sorry. I lost train of thought.
I mean, I would have gladly had tried a new restaurant out if I'd been told that.
Well,
hey, we're gonna go
okay, that's
today.
my fault. I didn't invite you. So there we go. We went to a new one today. How's
Right?
that?
And did Erica? Did you get an invite?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, and Erica.
And
By
we're-
the way,
we're both here.
I got corrected. During the break. Erica works for a sports organization, but you do what?
I just work on their health magazine.
She works on their health magazine. What does that mean? Is you do CPR on the magazine, or what is that?
No. I'm like the content creator for their magazine.
The constant
The
creator.
content creator.
Oh, I thought she said constant creator. What do you constantly create?
You know,
The content creator
it's
for the health
constantly
magazine.
looking for health
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, well, that makes
It's all
sense.
health. It's all like health operating.
So it's a magazine I haven't been looking at. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well then.
Well, I think when we leave here today, we're both gonna start looking at it because.
I'm not looking at no health magazine. It's holidays. If I look at a health magazine, I can't eat.
But every day is not a holiday. You have to.
It is for me.
Well, it is for me too, and I mean, we can do something about this.
Anyway, we was talking about it, the restaurant. What was the restaurant? You was going to give us some information
the
about it.
Jamaican restaurant.
Yeah, it's Caribbean Delight. And yeah, I couldn't get the pictures to load that were taken earlier today. They
Right.
would not load for me. So we're going to have to circle back to that next week.
Circle back to
Yeah.
that next week.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we went in, and as we walked in, the front lady was there, and we were talking to her, and then the owner came out,
Yeah.
and then she said, "Hang on just a minute." I said, "Okay." So we because we couldn't decide what we wanted, because I went down to the Bahamas one time and got a fish like this, and my wife looked at it and was like, "It's got a head and eyeballs, and I'm not eating it." So they've got the same thing over there, but don't tell her. I'm gonna take her over there so she can see that one too.
I'll say nothing.
But she gave it back. She gave it to me, and I ate it. But anyway, so she came out and was talking to us, and she said, "Hang on just a minute." She walked back and brought out these big trays that had goat,
Yeah, it had goat, oxtail, and
oxtail,
chicken curry.
chicken curry. There was one other thing. What was it? It was really hot, really spicy.
I can't remember now.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember either. But it was. You talking about spice? Oh my goodness. But anyway,
It was good. It was really good.
Then when we ordered our meals, we had a little bit of everything in it. It was really good. We have half in the refrigerator now. I had black beans and rice, and I thought we were supposed to talk about sports.
I know. I'm like, but you're.
I'm getting hungry already. Okay.
Well, see, we didn't even have lunch
Where
out,
is this
so.
restaurant
Oh.
located?
Yeah, where's it located? You got her card back there. What's her address?
Yeah, that's not it. Give me a second. I'll look it up.
So that's her other business. Because this young lady has two different businesses. Both of them are downtown here.
The
And-
Azalea.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
Azalea
Erica
Consult.
Hill.
Erica, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know Erica.
Yeah.
Erica knows Erica. But that wouldn't be you, would it? No, that's not her. But yeah, it's kind of hidden where she used to be on North Ashley Street. She said, but it's kind of hidden in the back. But very nice.
Keep
Yeah.
using the wrong keyboard.
Keep using the wrong keyboard.
Yeah, when you got like 50 of them around you.
Well, can't see anything but Erica standing in front of you there. You're on camera. You know that, right?
Am I really?
You've been on camera this whole time. She's just stretching out and all this other stuff.
I'm trying to take y'all pictures.
That's fine. That's what you're paid for, dadgummit.
Yeah, it's at 122 Mackey Street. Looks like.
Yeah, what is that? Is that Mackey Lumber? What is that
Yeah,
place?
that's in front of the. Well, it's actually in between Mackey and
Miller.
Ace Hardware.
Miller Hardware. Miller Hardware.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, because it's on that back side to that open parking lot. She said they get really busy. We're just doing a whole infomercial on
I know.
on her restaurant. So anyway, I really don't have. We're running really slow on sports because football's about over with. But we've got some good basketball topics. A gentleman from Middle Georgia, from up around Lawrence County, Paul Williams. I didn't speak with him. I sent him a message trying to get him and his son, and Demarius Thomas, who played for the He played for him when he played high school. We kind of want to do what a family was like all the way through the professional football league. So I'm hoping. I reached out to him. I haven't heard anything back because he's in the middle of basketball season, and maybe we're going to take a trip up there and see. So,
Very cool.
You got any other sports information?
I never have sports information.
We're screwed. You got any more sports information?
I mean, you've already outed me for the game I went to on Sunday with bad seats, but that's all I got
Well,
for
that's
you.
that's right. She goes to the Jaguar games also. And she said, "Where you at?" When we were at the Jaguar games, I said, "Well, we're sitting right down here in row 142, all the way at the field." She says, "Well, good. I got the panoramic view. I'm sitting at the top." And so we invited her to come down. They didn't come down. Her son and what's your friend's name?
Angie.
Angie. They all stayed up at the top, but they got a cool necklace out of it. I'm gonna steal their necklace.
We did get a cool necklace out of it.
But so anyway, that's all we got for this week. And what we'll do is we'll circle back next week and we'll holler at you later.